What's up everyone, it's Green Tea Sister. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you back. Today we're going to talk about what a healthy relationship looks like and some of the signs that indicate you are in a healthy relationship. And before we get started into the video, I just want to take a quick moment to thank every single one of you guys for subscribing to my channel. Believe it or not, it actually takes a lot of time to do research, put together a script, write it, edit it, and then film. I am trying my best to bring the best contents that have a lot of value to you guys. So if you haven't subscribed yet, if this is the kind of contents that you're interested in watching in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Without further ado, we're gonna go straight into it. Here are some of the signs that you are in a healthy relationship. The first sign of healthy relationship is open communication. How easily and how comfortably can you talk about any kind of topics, everything and anything with your partner without feeling shame or feeling judged or fearing how your partner would react? If you're in the early stage of the relationship, you're probably going to spend a lot of time getting to know each other, and conversations are most likely going to stay at a surface level. But as the relationship matures and you get to know each other a little bit more, you're going to have to talk about more or less heavy conversation topics such as, do you want kids? What is your vision for your life? What is your financial situation like? Like, all of these things that you do need to have a conversation on needs to be addressed. Personally, I'm someone who likes to talk about these things as early as possible because these are the core things that if you're not aligned with the person, it's just gonna make long-term relationships so much harder. But I understand not everyone's like me, so it may take you some time to get to these heavy topics. And if that sounds like you, then you want to be with someone where you can actually have open communication, talk about the difficult topics early on or later on in the relationship so that you can determine if you guys are good for each other and if you guys want to continue in the relationship or not. Now, I don't mean to say by open communication you certainly don't need to share every information. Open communication means that you create a space and an environment where both of you can come together and talk about a wide range of topics, and at the same time foster an environment where you can deal with conflict in a healthy and safe manner. The next sign of a healthy relationship is independence or interdependence, however you want to call it. A truly healthy relationship, it doesn't take over you or it doesn't consume your life, it adds to your life, it builds together. Of course, bringing someone else into your life, it means that you're going to have to adjust and you're going to have to make space or room to welcome that person into your routine and into your schedule. But it doesn't mean that you're going to let that person take over 90% of everything that you do. In fact, that's not very healthy because then you're not able to sustain other relationships that make your life more whole as a person. A healthy relationship often invites other people in rather than isolate you too. If you think about it this way, a lot of unhealthy relationships or toxic relationships are isolating. Why? Because there's a lot of elements of shame, there's a lot of toxicity and guilt and things that both of you guys are not proud of that makes you go in and that makes you hide in the relationship. But when two people are genuinely in a healthy relationship, there's nothing to hide, they're thriving, they're adding value to each other, then the relationship becomes much more open and much more inviting. You're happy to do things with other friends, you're happy to hang out in a group setting, you're happy to bring your friends and family into the relationship. Healthy relationships foster independence by giving the room and the space to the other person to grow in other areas or other aspects of their lives. Of course, when you're in a good relationship, you're growing together, you're paving the path for the new relationship together, which is super exciting. But any healthy relationship means that you're also giving the room and space for the person to grow and take care of other aspects of their life, right? Do you also have time to spend with your friends? Do you still talk to your girlfriends? Do you still talk to your family? If a relationship is healthy, it means that you're not going to neglect other parts of your life. The next indication of a healthy relationship is playfulness. Can you be the most raw and natural version of yourself with this person? We tend to bring out the most raw, silly, goofy, childlike version of ourselves before people that we feel safe with and we feel seen by. So whenever you're with this person, you're able to just kind of let down your hair, be goofy, joke around, and you don't even know why you're behaving this way, but for some reason you just feel very comfortable to be yourself and be very natural and just like let down your guard. And you're also okay with the other partner doing that with you and you feel comfortable to just be silly together. That's a great indication of a emotionally secure relationship. However, on the contrary, if you feel like you have to tiptoe around or you have to watch very carefully what you say or what you don't say in the relationship, even when you're joking around, I mean, as long as you're not insulting your partner or saying things that are out of line, if you're joking around but you're always afraid or you just like fear how your partner would react, then it might be a sign that either you guys are not compatible when it comes to sense of humor or you're not in a very emotionally safe relationship. So a sign of playfulness indicates that you're in a relationship where you can be yourself, and usually when you're in a relationship where you can be yourself and you can also accept the other person for being their silliest, most natural self, then that's a great indication that you guys are in a healthy relationship. The next sign of a healthy relationship is that there's no form of abuse in the relationship whatsoever, period. No physical abuse, emotional and verbal abuse. Abuse and healthy relationship are like water and oil. They don't mix. They can't go hand in hand together. Some of the examples of abuse can be gaslighting, manipulation, very controlling behaviors, stonewalling, gaslighting, disrespecting boundaries over and over again. All of these are toxic and abusive behaviors. If you grew up seeing these behaviors as normal, then you may not make a big deal out of it, and you may think that it's even okay to have or display these kind of behaviors in the relationship. But I'm here to remind you that it is not okay, and these behaviors are not normal. These behaviors are not to be tolerated. It's because abusive behaviors are very, very difficult to fix and need to be dealt with very firm boundaries. Now, you're still going to have conflict with your partner in the relationship, right? Even healthy relationships, someone's going to make mistakes and someone's going to say certain things that cross your boundaries every once in a while. It's more about how your partner reacts and responds to your feedback. When you guys are resolving conflict, how do they react to your feedback? Are they genuinely apologetic and own up to their mistakes? For example, if your partner put you down in front of other people, when you bring it up to that person, does he own up to it? Is he someone who's able to apologize and not repeat that again? Or does he dismiss it and say, you're just being too sensitive, or that was just a joke, right? So it's more about how receptive they are to your feedback rather than trying to find someone who is perfect. Healthy relationships do not involve abusive behaviors. They don't cross a certain line. They don't say things that they cannot take back. They don't retreat to toxic behaviors to get what they want in the relationship. Again, healthy relationship is founded on love, and love is patient, love is kind, it does not boast, it doesn't keep tally of the wrongs. The last sign of a healthy relationship is that it tends to be steady and stable. It's built on deeper trust. Just two people who enjoy each other's presence, two people who can communicate like an adult. It's not marked by unpredictability or endless chase of a thrill. Now, to someone who's been in a toxic or chaotic relationship before, this kind of relationship may feel kind of vanilla or even boring because you're so used to toxic or dramatic relationships. But let me tell you, girl or boy, whoever you are, when a relationship is truly healthy, it doesn't bring a lot of drama with it. It actually might feel boring, as I said, if you're not used to this kind of relationship. But this is actually what you want. You just feel like it's weird or it feels uncomfortable because you're not familiar with it. All your life, you grew up with so much chaos. All your life, you grew up seeing toxic relationships. So that feels familiar, but this is what is really good for you. It's like if you're used to eating Doritos and cup ramen all the time, like that that's gonna taste really good to your taste bud, but you know deep inside that ain't good for you. You know you need a little bit of salmon, you need a little bit more lettuce. And when you take the first bite of lettuce, you're gonna feel like you're eating grass, but over time you're gonna come to enjoy the healthy benefit of that. And in a similar way, healthy relationship is just like that, especially if you're not familiar with what healthy love feels like. Exposing yourself to it, you know, listening to a lot of contents that promote healthy relationship, just like this video or any other videos, and exposing yourself to healthy relationships will give you a better idea of what healthy relationships look like. So healthy relationship tends to be steady and stable. Now, we went over 5 signs of what healthy relationships look like today. Thanks so much for sticking till the end. If you found this video to be helpful and if you learned something, please go ahead and like the video so YouTube can promote it to more people. And I'm not gonna tell you what to do next, but subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!